Welcome to Around Town featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Patten. Welcome back, and I'm really happy to have as my guest today, who's making a return visit from four past times, is State Representative Baldasaro from the Londonderry area. And he just got done today from a session like I did, and it was boring, not boring, or if it was just, I think it was myself, Al, and I didn't want to get into this today, but I think it was more or less irritating.
Yes, it was.
The way things were going.
Did you see me go down there to the speaker?
Oh, yes, I did.
Then we had a issue, we recessed.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
recessed because some of us weren't happy because you want us to vote on bills that have come out of the Senate, and we have questions on what the amendments are.
Yeah.
So if the chair don't go up there and speak and let us know, we're voting on something that we're not aware of.
I know, yeah.
So, and that's why there was confusion there, why we raised some hell about it and, went in recess.
Yeah.
But you're right, it was boring.
We figured that somebody got taken to the woodshed because when he wanted to recess for 15 minutes, it went into a half hour.
Right,
But, it's...
Well, some of us spoke. We went to the floor.
No, that's okay, because some of us, you don't know what the heck you're voting on. I kept saying, what's this? We were looking through the program and the calendar, of course, isn't there. And, I don't know. I just was a little disappointed. And we have one more session left on June 1st.
Right.
And what's that day? Nothing?
That's going to be a nothing day. That's going to be the vote on the committee of conferences on all the bills today, on what they came out with, whether we agree or not. So that's the last bite at the apple on so many bills.
So what happens if, just out of curiosity, again, if what they come out with, if we don't accept it, what happens?
What happens if the bill dies?
Okay. So
It will die. Because if we don't agree with the committee of conference, what they worked out with the Senate, then the bill dies. It goes away.
Okay, so that's it.
So that's what I call the last bite of the apple. So, but yeah, when we have to do these committee of conference, whether we concur, we agree with the bill, with the changes, or we'll request a committee of conference. We don't agree with the changes. That's what was today about. Now, the chairmans have all talked with their committees anyways. They should have on the different bills and asked them what they thought.
Yeah.
And they should have put their recommendations. No, we're not going to concur, or we concur.
Yeah.
So
we had no committee.
Right. So today was a boring day. It was just a procedural day.
And there was a lot of people out today too.
Right. Oh yeah. We almost didn't have a quorum.
I was going to say, I wondered if there was a quorum.
Yeah. No, we had the quorum, but it was close.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you were still there when they tried to reconsider the resolution bills and stuff.
There.
And then of course I went to the floor and voted them and killed them there. And it makes no sense there. It's you got to really understand the Constitution. And on opening it up and trying to make changes. And you also got to understand what a runaway convention is and what could happen to our country. Even though you need 34 states to request a Article 5 convention, you need 38 to ratify. But everything depends on who's in charge of the houses, in the Senate there to ratify these Constitution amendments. But the thing is, it can go anywhere. It can take away rights, take away freedom of speech, and then all of a sudden it comes back, and depending on who's in charge at the time, and where it goes with those amendments.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't support it at all. We're already on record there for Congress to do an amendment requiring them for a balanced budget.
Now, in a way, this is coming into your season now, because you are, no doubt about it, you're heavily, because you are a very decorated veteran. And Memorial Day is basically your time, because you are so involved with the veterans.
Right.
What's going to happen now? We got Armed Forces Day coming up, and then after that is Memorial Day, and this year, for the first time in ages, it's on the right day.
Right.
So what are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm supposed to be in two different areas. I got to get my time down. I have a parade in my district in Londonderry.
Yep.
Okay, and I got to get the time. I think it's about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Then from there, I got to rush to Tilton to the Veterans Cemetery. I mean, not Tilton, Bosquen.
Bosquen, yeah.
Bosquen.
Yeah.
So I've got to rush up there for that ceremony. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make, both of them.
Well, what time is that one in Boston? I thought that was around 11
I think
o'clock.
that's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But my parade, if it starts at 10,
oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? I won't get done. And I'll be reading the governor's proclamation and everything, on Memorial Day at the parade.
Do they have a big parade?
Oh, we have a big one. Yeah, we have our band comes out. Our American Legion puts it on every year, and we do the Memorial Day. We do also the Veterans Day. You know, November 11th. So we have in my town a big parade.
But now Hudson used to have an American Legion band there. They still have that?
I think Hudson still does have the band.
I know Keene does, but
well, a lot of times, you know, like in Londonderry, we have the school band.
Oh yes, I know.
The school band is one of the best in the country.
Of course, it is.
Yeah, so
that's why I can't afford them.
Yeah, and we have them as like 350 member, band.
Yeah.
So when they come out and they always support the veterans. Matter of fact, Veterans Day in Londonderry and in Derry does the same thing. They put on a big breakfast for the veterans.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
the schools.
Nice. Yeah.
Londonderry High School does it. The kids, and
nice.
then also the Derry, Pinkerton, and the other school systems all put this breakfast on. I've gone to both of them there, since I know I'm a member of the VFW in Derry.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm a member of the American Legion in Londonderry.
You speaking at either of these parades at all?
No, I'm going to be doing be speaking at the proclamation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've been all around the country speaking at rallies.
Oh, yeah.
I was in South Carolina, Texas, Florida. So I've been on the go.
Yes, I expected your name to become a nomination for vice president.
Well, I don't know about vice president. Maybe Veterans Affairs in Washington, D.C., who knows, But I'm not looking for a job. I'm retired. I get a lot of medical issues. You know what I mean? So if the money's right, I told my wife, then I'll come out of retirement.
You have a medical issue, but I keep seeing you doing something. I wish you would give up.
Oh, the smoking?
Yes, that's smoking.
Yeah, I know, but
every time I see you, I say, darn it, Al.
Yeah, but besides politics, that's my only bad habit.
I know, yes, I know.
But the thing is, I was trained in my cigarettes with cigarettes. And,
I know.
So it's a tough one to give away.
It's a habit, like a lot of things, like drinking alcohol or gambling. Or,
I'm neither a gambler nor a drinker.
Yeah, or eating. I mean, let's face it, that's why we got Weight Watchers, or something like that. It's a habit. Right. It really is, isn't it? I hate to say addiction, but that's your vice.
That's what it is.
It's your vice.
It is an addiction. It's tough to kick.
And that's why I got so mad at in the house, because when they wanted to do casino gambling, all you could hear was an addiction. Well, what the heck is an addiction?
Right.
Really?
You ain't kidding. I mean, I'm not a gambler, but if I go to like Mohegan Sun or Foxwoods,
I love Foxwoods.
I go to the shows. My wife and I will take maybe $100 and go have fun. Yeah. We'll play the penny slots or nickel slots.
That's what I do too.
And if I win, lose, or draw, it was entertainment.
Oh yeah.
But the nice thing about it being American, that's our choice.
I love Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas, but I like the shows out there.
I would have loved to spend the money in my own state.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Instead of donating to the economy in Connecticut.
And that's like I said when they were chewing about the casinos. It's a choice.
That's right.
If you don't want it, don't go.
And you know the thing about it?
Stay home.
What most people don't understand, and this is what makes me laugh. I'm a Catholic.
I am too.
Okay, in the churches and other they have bingo.
Yeah.
That's gambling.
Oh yeah.
They have pull tabs. That's gambling.
Of course it is.
But yet they say, "Oh no, we don't want to do that. Oh, that's gambling." It's my grandmother. God bless her. She's rolling in a grave, missing bingo.
Oh yes, boy.
You know what I mean? My grandmother went all over the state of Massachusetts to do bingo. She was addicted to it up until the day week before she died. She was playing bingo.
Oh yeah.
So when they say, "Oh, it's addicting," give it a break, will you?
Well, Al, look, and the other thing is like the scratch tickets: $1, $2, $3, $5, $10, $20, $25. Right. They had a $30 one. There, I understood there was talk of even having a $50 one.
Well, I'm a true believer. We have some legislators that are hypocrites.
Of course they are.
We had another great revenue source for education, which would have gave the people a tax break on their property taxes.
Yeah.
And that was Keno. Keno would have been a win-win.
What happened to that?
It got killed over in the Senate.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, the Senate killed it. But because they want gambling. But see, the thing is, that would bring in more people in our restaurants. We're losing probably 10, 50 million a year over the border in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And some of the places I go, when I go to my family restaurants, a lot of them all have Keno.
I don't understand it. I've seen it when I've gone to Vegas. Or maybe Foxwoods.
Foxwoods too, yeah.
And we've never played it. I think I think I played it. Maybe it was a board game or something that you could play Keno, but I've never. It's almost like bingo, isn't
Right.
it?
It is. You're picking a bunch of numbers, and I'll be honest. I played. My cousin had a band before he passed away, and I went down to Malden, and there was a local bar, and he had his band called the Vellucci Band, and they had Keno things up there, and I said,
Yeah.
let me try this. So I got the cards, and I think I played $5 worth of numbers. I left out of there with $100.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then I put the money in my pocket.
What
I didn't
did
play
you
again.
get? Like, had to have 5 numbers?
Yeah, you had to get like
in a
I
row,
think 5 or 7. No, they call you numbers. All they have to do is
Oh.
call the numbers.
Oh, so they don't have to be in a row
No,
or whatever.
No,
like bingo.
not the card I played that I remember.
Oh,
No.
interesting.
So I think it was like beginner's luck, but some people will sit there and play and play and play, but it's entertainment to them.
It is.
But me, I played. I $5. Just let me try it. Won $100. Put it in my pocket. I was done.
Sometimes I've gone to the one in down in Massachusetts, and I can't win nothing. But I've gone to. I went one time to Foxwoods. The last time actually I went there, and I couldn't lose. I
Right.
think I won about $700
Nice.
because in the morning I couldn't win anything. I
Right.
went right through $200 like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife kept saying, "You." I said, "Yes, I did."
Yeah.
But then the afternoon after lunch, I could not lose.
Wow.
And I played the Willy Wonka game. Then there was the Rolling Stone, Elton John, and all that. And I couldn't lose.
Some people will go and will probably spend their paycheck.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean? But the thing is, that's personal responsibility.
that's right.
Should we as legislators be moms and dads to everybody
Of course not.
and say, oh, no, you can't
Well-
do that. Wherever you're going to spend all your money?
Well, look at the elderly that are down there.
That's right. Oh, I can't believe it. Even when the first time gambling came in, I wasn't a big supporter of it. Somebody told me, well, go over to Rockingham and just take a look. Because I was thinking, I don't know about gambling in New Hampshire. When I went to Rockingham and seen the TVs they get up where they do
Yeah.
that, and then in the veterans clubs and
Yeah,
where the horse races and
Yeah, the
everything.
dog
Yeah.
track.
And I see all these elderly people over there having a great time,
Oh, yeah.
hanging out together instead of sitting in their home, betting on horses. And I thought about who in the hell am I to tell you, no, you can't.
I know, and then plus the fact it's like anything else, it's their choice.
Right.
It's your choice, and nobody's gonna hog tie you and drag you in there.
Right.
And I've talked to security in these places, and they said they've never had any major. Once in a while, somebody will get upset because
Right.
they lost their money at craps. Roulette or whatever.
Right.
I don't play cards. I
Yeah.
don't like cards. I will never play cards. But I do enjoy the slot machines. But
What most people don't understand, in your own home,
Yeah.
have a friendly game, a nickel, dime, quarter.
Yeah.
It's illegal in New Hampshire.
Mm.
In your own home, it's illegal.
well, look at that bill that came up there about the cutting
haircuts.
your haircuts.
I never ever knew. My wife gives her kids haircut, her son. She cuts
Yeah.
her hair.
Yeah.
I never knew that was illegal.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to pursue, it's
I
on the
didn't
books.
either.
Why didn't they let the amendment go and take it off the books?
So there you go. So
You know what I'm saying? That makes no.
You cut your hair.
Yeah.
That means you're illegal doing it.
But
So
they
you get
think,
license.
oh, you're gonna cut hair. They think you're gonna cut hair for money. A mom is gonna cut the neighbor's hair and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what I mean? If somebody gave her $10,
Yeah.
a low income mom, oh well, you know what I mean? It's a shame to thinking that some of these legislators have.
When I had, what was it? When I was a kid, my uncle, my favorite uncle, used to cut my hair, and I didn't know that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once in a while, Deb had cut it, then she don't anymore. But it's crazy when because I got defeated, right? It didn't go through, did it?
What's that?
Cause but making them get a
No,
license.
it went through.
It did go
Yeah,
through,
it did go through.
and the Senate approved.
Yeah, Senate. Yeah, I don't know
So
what
now
the
the
amendment.
governor's going to have
Yeah,
to
I
sign
don't know
it.
what the amendment was. Yeah.
So if the governor signs it, that means you're going to have to go and get anybody cut your hair without getting a license.
No, that's already the law.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's already the law. What they did was they added some stuff in there.
Ah.
You can't cut your hair if you don't have a license. That's why I was saying, moms, the amendment we were trying to get passed that day was killed.
Yeah.
We were trying to get it in there where take out the part where it's illegal or misdemeanor for mom to cut her hair.
Yeah.
cut their kids' hair.
Yeah.
And then that amendment failed.
Gee.
You know, it's a shame. But one of the good things I have to admit we passed today, I don't know if you're aware, and I'm going to go back to the veterans. Throughout the years, we have here in New Hampshire Veterans Property Tax Credit.
Yep.
Okay? What happened is anyone from 1990 up to today, and still going on,
Yeah.
since Desert Storm, get a property tax credit, whether you went to war or not, which makes sense to me.
Yep.
Because in order people in the war, you need people in the rear, military, supporting them, sending them, you know, pots, food, this and that, weapons, you know, things like that. But anyways, there was a loophole in the law where, you know, that there was a certain segment of the population that didn't qualify, and it was in between Korea and Vietnam. And
Yeah.
then there's another section in between one part of Vietnam, the first section, where you didn't have to be a combat veteran, Vietnam era.
Yeah.
Okay, then there was a break, and then when they activated the Vietnam War, when that kicked in, there was some dates that were off.
Yep.
So what we did, we fixed it today for those veterans that gone for many years, thinking my state don't care for me that I served my country.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? So we
Yep.
did fix that today,
Good.
and that's going to be on its way to the governor's desk.
Good.
So anyone out there that served and didn't go to war in between Korea,
Yeah.
Vietnam, and other that were told no,
Yeah.
as long as you're honorably discharged, you qualify.
Yeah.
Now this morning I got a call from a veteran was mad, and because he had a other than honorable under honorable conditions. What that he had a general. What that means is you were put out for a certain reason out of the military. You didn't complete your years of service. The law in New Hampshire says you have to be honorably discharged. So he don't qualify for the veterans plate. He don't qualify for the property tax. Now the correct way to what I told him, and he said, Al, he said, I've been trying to get answers for years. He's from Goffstown, not even from my district. You know, his representative referred him to me.
Yeah.
I said to him that you have to go to the Naval Board of Corrections. He served in the Navy
Yep.
because they put you out for a family problem when you were in the military.
Yep.
So you have to get your record corrected and get it to be honorably.
Sure.
Once you do that, then you come back and put it in. Because right now, back then, some people get out on the general condition for drugs, desertion, and other stuff there. So if we change the law, that means we're going to accept all that, you know, here in New Hampshire. And the veteran communities, the VFWs, Legions, and all, they all want honorably serviced. You see what I'm saying? So we're in the right direction. We did fix, you know, that they're, you know, taking care of the veterans in the area.
Well, that's good because it's true.
Now, I understand
Yeah,
you having a
yep.
big parade you normally do here in Concord?
No, well, they have a parade, Al, and what's happened is in the last 20 years or more, it's down to basically two bands, Concord High and Rutledge Middle School. Then they have a few scouts, not many now, and they have maybe 5 veterans, maybe that'll march, or maybe, I don't know, a ride. And then maybe once you might get a ladies auxiliary to march.
Right.
You might get the I don't want to say Confederate, but not that, the Sons of the
Confederate,
I think so, something to
the
march.
Revolution, something.
Yeah,
something
American
to the
Revolution.
American Revolution.
And then they have government dignitaries in the front division, and then that's it. There's nothing.
Right.
See, the problem is, years ago, they made it kind of plain that they wanted it to be a military parade.
Mm-hmm.
They discouraged anybody wanting to put a float in there. I agree with them that there should be no politicians
Right.
in there, as far as those who are campaigning.
Right.
One year they had one in there who was campaigning, and he should never have been in there.
Were they elected official? Were they elected like, let's say, like a Kelly Ayotte or a Sheen?
Well, it was a
There are U.S. senators.
it was a sheriff that was running.
Oh, he was running.
He
Okay.
was running. He was
Yeah.
not the incumbent.
Right.
He was running, and he had an antique vehicle with his name plus signs on it, and
Right.
people were not happy with that.
Mhm.
And then that was it. No more of that stuff. Now, I know one of them is. I think she is marching. Ayotte is marching in the parade,
Mhm.
but they do have a section where they have the
Right.
police chief, fire chief, the city council, any state reps
Right.
or senators that want to march,
Right.
city manager. They have, and then of course I know Custa, she may march in it. I don't know, but and that's it. And then of course they go up to the Old North Cemetery up there by which is off 393. It's up there where Bennett Funeral Home is,
Right,
where
yeah.
my folks were. And they have brief ceremonies because Franklin Pierce is buried there. And then they come back down North State Street to the State House Plaza. And they have the laying of wreaths.
Right.
You know, the Gold Star Mothers, the American Legion, VFW, Disabled American Vets. I think there's one more.
Marine Corps League.
Yeah, Marine Corps League.
Yeah.
And I think the Vietnam Vets. That's right, Marine Corps League will march. They march usually, or they have a small float with the Iwo Jima on it.
Right.
But that's it. And I said back years ago, I said you could have. I used to help on it when I was able to walk better. I used to help line up the 2nd Division, which was basically the non-patriotic people,
Right.
bands. Because for years, the 39th Army Band always led the parade off. Oh, loved them.
Right.
They were boom, boom, boom. You could hear them coming, boy. But then they got activated and lost them.
Wow.
And I don't know if they've been really. I know they're back playing again, but I thought they were more like retirees, and they were like a concert band. I haven't seen them marching anywhere. Maybe they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they always let off, because now with Bosquen having their ceremony, probably that's where they can't be in two places.
Now, I walk with the veterans all the time.
Yeah.
Even with the Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Old
Yeah.
Home Day.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I was a veteran, before I was a elected official,
Yep.
I don't like using my
Sure.
head that I'm a politician.
No.
You know, because politicians tell you what you want to hear for the
yes.
vote. So I
Oh
don't-
yeah.
But anyways, I march all the time with the veterans, and
Yeah.
I'm always up front in the parade.
Yeah.
Doing that there,
Sure.
and I think it's a no-brainer. Memorial Day is a day to recognize the people that gave their lives.
That's right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? For our country, and and what most people in the young today really don't have an understanding of how they even got their freedom.
No,
On
they don't.
the blood that was shed for in this country with the veterans.
When this
Yeah.
when this Congress changed it years ago and made Memorial Day a 3-day weekend, that's when you lost the significance
Right.
of Memorial Day.
People take off.
Because now they think it's the day to open the camp up, or go up to the
Right.
mountains to see Santa's village, or go to the beach, whatever.
Right.
They forgot. They forget that day was set aside. I mean, my folks always brought us kids up that it was the day or the night before to go to the cemetery
Right.
and plant flowers at the graves and whatever else. But not today.
No, that times have changed there.
So,
and, I mean, I'm so glad in my town. I mean, the people come out and line the streets up.
yeah.
When we have the parade out
Yeah.
there. And of course, probably a lot of the parents of the kids in the band and
Yeah.
other stuff there. But the claps and the yelling and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
we get for the
Yeah.
veterans and is unbelievable. I mean, in my town, so it's been winning. And then of course I get the proclamation from the governor, Memorial Day, and I
Yeah.
read that,
Yeah.
at our parade there. So it's nice.
Well, you figure, Al, I don't know about London, but you figure up here anyway, that World War One vets, they're gone, basically. I'm sure they're all gone. World War II now is right up in their 90s and 80s now. So a lot of them won't march, but they do offer rides, but they
Right.
just don't bother.
Right.
And then it comes down to the Korean War vets, and they're up in their 70s
Right.
and 80s now. And then it brings you down to Vietnam. Now they used to march very good, and they always got heavily applauded when they went by. Now they don't march at all much. Very few of them march.
Wow.
And then comes down to like the Gulf War or to the
Right,
Lebanon mess or whatever.
Right, or
but
Iraqi,
yeah.
Afghanistan.
and that's what you've got.
Right.
So it's sad, and we do have a very active Civil Air Patrol. They will march in body, but other than that, you have a color guard from the VFW and Marine Corps League and the American Legion. Well, Al, not to get off to Memorial Day, but I did something this last year at Christmas that I was surprised when I went up in the cemetery where my folks are buried, and that's where a lot of these monuments are, that there were no wreaths on any of the, like, the memorial, like for the VFW, American Legion, and there's a couple more. There's 5 of them up there. So I went out and bought myself a wreath for the police department memorial,
Right.
the American Legion, the VFW, the
Was this for your Concord cemetery?
yeah, up here at Blossom Hill. I was so I said,
the VFW
Nope.
here don't do anything?
nope. I said to Paul Lloyd, I said, gee, I said, you folks don't put wreaths on at least your stone up there. And he said, no, nobody ever has.
Wow.
So I went out and bought them.
Right.
Of course, then after that, I found the Civil War monument, and there was one more that I found. And I thought, well, I can't go back and buy 6, 7 of them, but I did buy 5.
Right.
And I was just proud of myself. I didn't have to, but
no, that's awesome.
you know something? I did not get one thank you.
Wow.
Not from anybody.
No, well, I'm going to thank you there. I mean, it's,
I know you would,
it's
Al,
awesome. Normally, the posts in those areas take care of that. Like we do the monuments in my town.
Yeah.
We march down to the cemetery, and we have the Greenlee and Permanent, a couple of grave sites down there.
Yeah.
That we put a wreath on there. Then we go back to the common. That's where everything's done.
Yeah.
And we have a big monument there, and we put a wreath there.
Yeah.
You know, for the the veteran, for the monuments there.
I mean, my cousin and might as well say my grandfather. We were called step grandfather, but my grandfather. They died in World War II. No, my cousin died in action in World War II. He was called a hero, and then my uncle was in World War II, but he came home. My grandfather was in World War II, but he was captured, and he was held hostage, and they finally got him out. They got freedom. That was over in Japan, that area. My other uncle was over in France, and so I mean that's been my ties to the military fire, and then of course I had younger cousins who went in the service but didn't stay. But so that's why I said, gee, I just couldn't get over that.
Yeah, you weren't kidding.
I know they do the wreaths across America, and Boston does
we do
them
the
in certain
cemetery,
sections.
and we have a lot of volunteers that come up there, and I don't know, Kathy Peterson from Concord, I'm not sure, I think she is. But anyways, I mean, you and of course Paul Lloyd, a lot of big players are involved in that up at the cemetery, and what a wonderful job they do.
I know. I love Paul Lloyd. I just respect that guy so much. I really do. And he, he's been a real good leader here in Concord. And but I called him first. And I said, I do hope that I'm stepping on anybody's toes. But I said, I'm surprised. And like I said about the police chief, I'm surprised that there's no wreath on there.
Yeah, I'm surprised the VFW here in Concord don't, take the initiative and make that happen, or even the American Legion split the cost. On both of them.
Anyway, I went out and bought them and placed them on the graves, and but like I said, didn't get one. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things we do. I mean, of course, I served 22 years in the Marine Corps, so I'm very active. But I don't go and do ceremony signings and I got a lot of bills on veteran stuff. I don't go, and do that stuff for the governors because I'm not looking for no praise.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on the stuff that I do because I'm fortunate. I have full coverage insurance.
Yeah.
I'm retired, so I'm a disabled veteran.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of veterans out there struggling. They're homeless. I don't know if you see. I got $100,000 for the homeless veterans center, the homeless thing in Manchester, Liberty House. That was donated through Donald Trump, and then he also donated $25,000 to our Veterans Count program here in New Hampshire that helps our deploying veterans. You here in Concord have one of the best programs. You have a National Guard here, which is second to none.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's great. They do a lot of great things. We have one of the mentor program of the country, like I said on the floor, on suicide prevention, it deals with veterans and other, areas. Other states are modeling after New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, but we come together as a team,
I know.
Republicans and Democrats, when it comes to
Yeah.
veterans issues, and it's been a win-win. We're cut above
yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah.
So, but I understand sometimes, it's nice for somebody to say, "Hey, thanks," whatever,
I know, because I'm
And,
not a
yeah,
veteran of anything.
Right, you're not a vet. See, yeah.
I'm a what they call an associate or a. I mean, I have.
Well, your father
sons-
your
sons-
father was a veteran, so right?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought your
Uncle and
father-
my grandfather
Oh, okay.
and my cousins.
So you a son of the grandson of the Legion?
Yeah, I'm
a son of the Legion.
I'm son of the American Legion and son of the VFW and son of the Marine Corps League. I have membership those two.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's awesome. See, I'm a member of the Marine Corps League.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm one of the officers down in the in our goalie post, and then I'm also the Marine Corps representative on the State Veterans Advisory Committee.
There you go.
I should have been appointed as the legislated
Yeah.
one, but I got screwed over by the
Sure,
speaker,
Sure.
and he thought he'd pay me back. So the Marine Corps stepped in, because I wouldn't
Sure.
support him. So the Marine Corps put me in there.
Yeah.
The
Good.
league there to represent them. When I sit at the table there, I am probably the most, like I said, the knowledgeable one on the legislation,
Sure.
on the laws.
Yeah.
So why would you not want me sitting at the table?
No.
Being a loud voice that I am on the issues.
I know. Well, we got to come to a close, and it's been a real joy having you come back, Al, and talk about what's going on with the veterans, and wishing you a very, I guess, happy Memorial Day. But thank you for all you do for the veterans in New Hampshire and across the country. But
On behalf of the state of New Hampshire and the Veterans Affairs
Wow.
Committee, which I'm the senior Republican,
yeah,
I want to thank you for what you've done for the
Well,
veterans for many years,
we
and you
try
never
hard.
served.
I know.
You
we
know what I'm
try
saying?
hard.
So you've done a great job,
I
and that's
love
why
my-
I love coming back.
I love my patriotism.
No, you
so.
do an awesome job.
Well, good. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you to my director, Ian Marx, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon on Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patten.